Prof.
All right. So how are you all? Manaf, Mawank. Are you there? Manaf, Mawank.
Yes, Prof.
Are you in Ghana or you are in Kigali? Hey. I see. I can't hear you well.
I'm in Ghana.
You are in Ghana. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Claire Nyamite, are you there? Claire, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes,
The last
sir,
time, were you
here.
part of the class?
But the last time, no, please.
You are not here?
Yes. I just joined.
Okay. All right.
Yes, please.
Apia Warden, are you there? Apia Warden.
Sir, please, can I come? Sir, please, can I come in?
What do you want to come in for?
Sir Claire, I don't know if she's the January 2026 intake. She's supposed to join Dr. AC's class.
So it's a mistake that she joined us.
Because last week I told them that we, the June 2025, are doing marketing research and they are doing research methods. So she's supposed to rather join the other group, her intake, 2026 intake.
Those for research methods.
Yes, please.
So who is taking the research methods?
Sir, Dr. AC. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, please. So Claire, please kindly join your people, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Because the last time I taught research methods.
Yes,
I
please.
taught you guys research methods, isn't it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Maybe somebody's advising her that we have written methods. Hey, Happy Awarding has vanished. All right. So I'll give you guys some assignment. So this is article review. And normally article reviews are supposed to help you to develop critical thinking skills. So for a master's student, it's expected that you should at least read and review articles as many as possible. Ideally, you should be able to read and review one article a week for each of the courses that you are reading. That is a minimum. I know in other universities, even undergraduates, people are encouraged to do about 3 or 4 articles a week before they come to class. I've given you very interesting articles in one of the best, topmost journals, in the highest ranked journals, the 4 Asteris. And it's looking at research and the future and issue. So I'll take you through how to review articles, and then you try and do the review and you submit as an assignment. I'll also give you book chapters that you're supposed to present. I think the last time I taught you recent methods, I gave you guys something to do, book chapters to present, isn't it?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'll do something similar. And I will also look at the possibility of, if we have time, look at some case studies and look at we'll be looking more at the trends, what is happening in, this is digital marketing research. And marketing research itself is massive. You know, we saw last week the industry and what is happening in the industry and why you should take your market research classes seriously, because it's a huge $6-point-something billion for just one company, and others were following with $5-point-something billion, $4-point-something, $3-point-something billion a year. So the marketing research industry is massive. And we even saw in Ghana, we have some good companies that are doing market research. We even saw that some of them are, I think that one of the leading market research companies in the US has a branch in Ghana and also in Germany, you know. So it shows, I think two of the leading market research companies, Nielsen and I think Isotopes or something, one of them. But I know Nielsen is here. Isotopes is also here in Ghana. And these people are collecting data for decision making, for customer insights, retail activities of Ghanaians. And they are trying to make decisions based on the data they give to companies. So the market research industry is really thriving. So if you can develop the right skills for marketing research, I think it will help you in the long run. And any organization you find yourself in, definitely you have to do research, market research. And so if you have a good score in this model, and also you have a fair grip on the issues that are being discussed, I'm sure it will help you in your career eventually. Okay, so basically when you pick a paper, a typical journal article has about 5 or 6 parts. You look at the title of the journal, title of the article, or the title of the article, And the title tells you a lot about what you should expect in the content. And then from the title, of course, you know who the authors are. And you can see the affiliation. But that is not what you are interested in. You are interested in what they have produced. So the first part of the paper itself, the main work, is what we call the introduction. You may not see it written as introduction, but it is an introduction. And it's important because the introduction is what introduces you to what is going to be discussed, the content. So it must be encouraging and interesting. And it must also lead people on to want to continue reading. So the introduction must be very good if you want your paper to be published and read by people, to be cited by people, the introduction must be very good. So you have the introduction, and normally, if you have an introduction that can take about 3 pages, if you are reviewing, review means look again. The term means again. So when you say review, it means look again. So when you are reviewing, what we want you to tell us is find out what has been written and then try and look at the key things that have been written, summarize it, and then tell us your views. Why you think that what has been written the way they should be written, or you think that it could have been written better. Or if something was left out, you can point it out. Okay. So if you have about 3 pages, we expect that 3 pages for introduction. In your summary and your review, we expect you not to write more than 1 page, or even half a page should be fine. So if you have a typical article that has about 30 pages, in your review, you should be able to take 5 to 6 pages for the whole article. That becomes your review. And that means you are reading, looking at the key things, and you are bringing out the most important issues that has been discussed. And the more you read issues or articles on the subjects of your study, the more current you become, and the more you get to know the issues and the topics and the terms. You may meet so many terms in an article that you may not even have treated in your subject area. This is because it takes time. We are doing digital marketing research, but we are only at I think that is that the second day we are meeting? Kenneth, is that the second day?
Yes, please.
Okay. So we have supposed to be about 12 weeks. So we have a lot to cover.
Okay, sir.
All right. So reading articles makes things shorter in learning. I mean, shorter time to learn the same thing as against going to read the whole textbook. So article reading is important. It will help you to be able to grasp and understand the main concepts as they apply in the academic space. So you have your introduction, and then you move on from the introduction, you go to literature review. Most journals will subheading, they will write literature review, or they will write subsection 3 point something or 2 point something. Okay. So introduction is there. Then you go to literature review and hypothesis development, or literature review and theoretical applications, or literature review and theories. Some can call it literature review and theories. Now, for those of you who want to do your thesis in the approach you want to use is quantitative. Like we said in the recent methods, quantitative is a deductive approach. And what that means is that you pick data, primary data, and you test it with an existing theory. Okay? So that is deductive. So definitely you must show evidence of understanding theory. So when it comes to the literature review and theory, we expect that you review the literature and then you also choose a theory to guide your study. And that means that you are going to pick a theory that's your data that you are going to collect. You are going to use it to test the theory. That is essentially what quantitative is about. So you come to the subheading, the second part, literature review and theory usage. And there are so many theories you can pick depending upon the topic or the subjects that you want to investigate. So you come to the literature review, and if the literature review is about 10 pages or 8 pages or 7 pages, let's say between 7 and 10 pages. When you do your summary, maybe you can bring it to maybe about 1.5 pages or 2 pages maximum. You see, because the literature review, if your topic is, for example, customer, how customer engagement leads to brand loyalty, the mediating effect of trust, customer trust. It means that you are going to write on customer engagement. The literature you are going to review literature on customer engagement. You are going to review literature on customer trust. You are going to review literature on brand loyalty. So these are the 3 things that you are going to review literature on. So your literature review is going to be based on who has written on customer engagement. So for example, customer engagement, we have 3 dimensions of customer engagement. We have cognitive, we have behavioral, and we have affective. So affective, behavioral, and then cognitive engagement, customer engagement. So the literature talks about 3 dimensions of customer engagement: cognitive, affective, and behavioral. So you are going to write literature on customer engagement, talk about these 3 dimensions, and give details on how it's been researched on and who has written on them. Then you come and talk about customer trust or trust. You have to write on trust, find what trust is, how it's been defined, and what has been researched on trust in the past. And then under the subject you are looking at, trust in the, maybe if, for example, your work is in the banking industry, so you may have to look at trust, what has been written on trust regarding the banking industry. Okay. And then if it's customer loyalty or brand loyalty, you are going to write on brand loyalty. So these are the 3 key things you are going to write, and that becomes your literature review. You're going to review literature on that. So you're going to write the latest. I normally advise between 5 to 7 years what people have written on the subject. Meanwhile, you'll be looking at areas that somebody has written on. So these are all things that will help you in your literature review. You must also understand that if you are writing something on a subject, you may have to use what we call the funnel approach. I think I said it in the research methods section. The funnel approach here means you look at the global stage of customer engagement, if that is a subject you are looking at. Then in the banking industry, then you look at the African space, what has been written on customer engagement in the banking industry. Then you come to Ghana. You write on what has been written, or you find out what has been written on banking, customer engagement in the banking industry. The same way for trust and how do you call it? Brand loyalty. So we look at it from the global, African, and then the national perspective. So in other words, you have to find out what has been written on customer engagement in the banking industry in Ghana. Who has written on it? When was it written? Who are those people who have written on it? Find out globally what has been written, and in Africa, what has been. So you start from the Africa, and then Ghana. So if you are going to take especially because you are going to take your data from Ghana, So the person who has written that article, if he's going to take his data in Ghana, then it means that he should have indicated who has written, or he has researched to find out or review literature on people that have written in the banking industry regarding customer engagement, trust, and then brand loyalty. So this will be the literature he's going to review. He will review globally, Africa, and then Ghana. Okay. Now, he can also pick, after you have done the literature review, then the person, you can pick theories and find out this customer engagement, brand, customer or trust, and then brand loyalty. Out of this 3 items you are investigating, which of the theories, you have many, many theories. You can go and find a list of theories that people have used to explain customer trust or customer engagement and brand loyalty. You can see how people have used data to test those theories. And then out of that engagement, you can find out a theory that you can pick and use for your work. So you can indicate the source of the theory, who brought the theory, what is meant for the theory, and why the theory is being used for this particular paper. That person would have written it there. So it's expected that when the person has mentioned the theory, when you are doing your summary or your review, you mention the theory the person chose. Then from there, from the theory, literature review and theory, you now come to methodology and maybe data analysis. The methodology and data analysis, you tell us the method that the person used to collect his or her data, and the tool he or she used to run the analysis. So the methodology, we look at the country that the data was collected, when it was collected, who are the target audience, what is the sample size, what is the sampling technique, was it probability or non-probability sampling? Did the person justify the use of non-probability sampling or probability sampling? Now, what was the justification for the use of the choice of the sample size? And over here, let me just advise you, for determination of sample size, you can use Morgan and Krejci. I think I've said it in a previous class. Morgan and Krejci, they have a table that you can conveniently use, and they will normally give you the population, and then you have the population. If you know the population, then you can determine the sample size based on the population. And it's a table. So if the population is, let's say, 100,000, Krejci or Morgan has a table that will tell you that, okay, if the population is 100,000, then the minimum sample size will be maybe 300. So you can consult the table and then so you can make a reference to that. Okay, so that is the methodology. Then you can also tell us how so if the methodology, for example, is 4 pages, maybe half a page, you should be able to summarize it and tell us the key things that were done in the methodology. The methodology is how you went about the work. So you can summarize it and then move on. So from there, you come to discussions of findings. So now, discussion of findings, you look at what were the findings based on the analysis that were conducted. What were the findings? And then when you have listed the findings, and the findings is what comes out from the hypothesis, the table of the hypothesis. So from there, you know which hypotheses were confirmed and which one were rejected and why. You can see it. And based on that, you come and discuss the ones that were accepted, why they were accepted, the ones that were rejected, why they were rejected. And then you look at discussion of findings, and then you come to implications. So after the discussion of the findings, you talk about implications. And you are still being guided by the fact that if you have, let's say, discussion is about 3 pages, maybe half a page, you can do the summary for your discussions. So, for example, if you think that the issues that were found, the author didn't discuss some of them well, or he didn't discuss them thoroughly, you can make a comment that you think that the findings were interesting. However, you think that the discussions were not exhausted. That can be an observation, because you have to be critical in your review. So you want to find a way of telling the one you are reviewing the work for that you are critical in your thinking and that you are observant. Okay? So you discuss the findings and how the person has, if you agree that the thing has been done well, you can make a comment that you think it's been well discussed. And that is it. Then you go to the implications. The implications can be, we have theoretical implications, we have managerial implications, we have practical implications, you can have policy implications. Please note them. In your work, in your thesis, we expect that you have implications that has to do with, please, 1 minute here. Okay. So the implications, like I said, it can be theoretical implications. Here, the theoretical implication, you are looking at the theory that you choose to use to test your data. Okay? I mean, what we said, the theory you have chosen. You want to see the findings. How are the findings explained in the light of the theory? What did the theory say? How are the findings explained in the light of the theory? That is the theoretical implications. Then you go to managerial implications. So now that you have found this, that customer engagement can lead to brand loyalty, what does it mean? What is a practical implications for managers in the industry? Then you go to policy. So therefore, the findings based on what you have found, what policies can be recommended? So then you go to conclusion. Then you do your conclusion. And then, like we said, if the discussions are about 4 pages, maybe half a page should be fine for a discussion. So you are summarizing the key things that were discussed, you are summarizing the key things that were found, and you are summarizing the key policy implications, theoretical implications, managerial implications, or policy, yes, implications. Then you look at the conclusion, which is the last bit. So the conclusion, you are telling us how the person concluded. You are summarizing his conclusion, and you want to agree or disagree with the conclusion. Maybe you think the person has got some findings, but the conclusion was not very firm, or you think that he could have concluded in another way based on the findings. You want to be critical about that. But if the conclusion matches what the person stated to have, I mean, that is what he wanted to do, and he has been able to achieve it, that is fine. Because normally we look at the objectives, which is at the introduction. The introduction, you talk about the objective, why the study, the background, and what is expected. So we have the research questions and the research objectives at the introduction. So now that you are concluding, you want to know whether what the person started, he said he was going to achieve from the beginning. The objective and research questions he or she stated he was going to investigate. Is that what he did? So you can conclude on that. So that is the end of the review. Okay. So all the things I've said is being recorded. So you can have access to it and listen over and over. So that, because this is what you are going to use even in your thesis writing. This same structure that similar, you do that for your work as well, because in your work, you're going to do literature review, which is your chapter 2. You're going to look at methodology, which is your chapter 3, methodology, and then chapter 4 is the analysis. And then chapter 5 is your conclusion. summary, implications, and your conclusions, chapter 5. So it's basically the same, this thing. Okay? So, and then chapter 1 is the introduction, which is what the objectives and hypotheses, how they are, and what you intend to do, the background. That is your chapter 1. So basically what I've said is the structure for your thesis. And the chapter 1 to 3 is the proposal. Now, Kenneth, have you submitted your proposal already?
Sir, please, yes.
You have?
Yes.
Who is your supervisor?
Mr. Charles Asari.
Am I supervising anybody here?
Yes, please, sir. You are supervising me, sir.
You?
Yes, sir.
Happy awarding.
Prof.
Wonderful, happy awarding.
Prof.
Are you the only person I'm supervising here?
I'm sure, Prof.
Okay. All right. So if you follow the guidelines I gave you, the research proposal, which is chapter 1 to 3, is very easy to finish. In fact, you should be able to finish your write-up within 3 months, your thesis. If your chapter 1 to 3 is approved by your supervisor and the corrections, the proposal is actually chapter 1 to 3. If you do it well, your supervisor looks at it, he does some corrections, and then it becomes chapter 1 to 3. Then chapter 4, you only collect data and you analyze. And like I've been saying, you don't need to become Pythagoras. You don't need to be the Pythagoras or Albert Einstein before you can analyze your data. If you cannot do the analysis, we have people who can help you. We have 1 or 2 people who can help you with the data analysis and even the data collection. I paid about 8,000 last week or so for data collection for my own work, because I don't have the time to go around collecting data. I don't have that time. So if I have people who are committed to data collection and I can pay them to do it, I do that. So I pay, they collect the data for me, and then I run my analysis, and that is it. I do my write-up, and I publish with it. So you can do likewise for your work. You don't need to waste time. If you cannot collect your own data using Google Forms, beautiful. You can use Qualtrics and other platforms, SurveyMonkey, but some of them are professional, so you have to pay some money before the data can be collected for you. Okay, so you can do that as well. But what I've given to you for the digital marketing research, I've given you 2 articles, and I wanted to do the review based on the guidelines I've given to you now. Please, do you have any question on what I've just said so far? Any question? Anthony Gazy.
Sir, I did.
All right.
Prof.
Yeah, a lot.
When we are reviewing the articles, is it necessary we look at the gaps in the various articles as well?
Sorry?
When during the review, are we supposed to look at the gaps in the various articles as well?
Yes, I mean, the person has identified the gaps before so the gaps will be at the introduction. When we say the gaps, you are looking at what you have identified. That is why you want to do the work, and what the questions you want to address, and the objectives you want to achieve. That is the gaps. So that is found in the introduction, meaning that what the person said he was going to do, that is the gaps. Do you understand it, Lord?
Prof, well understood.
So your objectives and your research questions are the gaps. And that is what you identified in literature before you even started the work. So that becomes your introduction, that this research is aimed at answering these questions, 1, 2, 3, or achieving this objective, 1, 2, 3. Because you found out in the literature that this area, this has been researched, this has been researched, this has been researched. However, this part has not been done. That is why you are doing it. So you state it in the introduction. So when you are reading the person's work, if the person didn't define the gaps properly or the objectives well, when it comes to the conclusion, you can compare how the person has concluded with what he said he was going to do. Now that is how we score you on your thesis. That's how we score you. We look at what you say you are going to do, which is your chapter 1. Then we look at your chapter 5, which is you have finished, you have concluded, you have summarized. So what you said you were going to do, the things you said you were going to investigate, the objectives, and the research questions you said you were going to answer. Conclusion, did you answer them? What did you find? If you compare the two and say, oh, okay, this person, bingo, he or she has achieved it. But if you didn't, you couldn't do it, you must give us reasons. Or not all the objectives were achieved, or not all the questions were answered. And then the conclusion will tell us why. The summaries and the discussions and the findings will tell us why this was not achieved, why some were achieved and some were not achieved. It's a normal day-to-day life. It's not anything extraordinary. It's not different from our day-to-day life. You must see it as such. Richard Otu. Are you there?
Yes, Prof, I'm here.
Do you follow what I just said?
Yes, please.
Okay. Elias Watting.
Yes, sir.
Fafa.
Yeah.
Fafa,
Yes, sir.
Fafa is the only girl in the class, eh?
Yes, sir. Sir, please, I'm here.
Are you the only girl in the class?
Yes, please.
Hey. Okay. Francis Opari, what is the meaning of that gene? Is it gold or what? Francis Opari? Opari gene?
I think it's Geu.
Geu?
Yes.
No, I don't mean that. Geu mean that. Francis Geu? Okay. So please go ahead and review the articles. Submit it in 2 weeks' time. And then we'll take it. Okay. Mawang. Go ahead.
Yes, Prof. Yeah, Prof. The articles, have we been given articles to review?
Yes, we've been given articles to review.
Okay, I was a bit
check your platform. You are not current.
Okay. Mahang, check the WhatsApp group. It's on it. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Prof, thank you.
Okay, so let's move on. Okay. So Claire has joined her correct class, isn't it? So, okay. Let's see. Kenneth, do you remember the slide we were on before? I mean, on Thursday? Did I give you guys some work to do?
Yes, please, to submit next week. You gave us individual.
What was it?
You gave us individual assignments, like each and every one.
And I asked you to put them together for me.
Yes, please. That's when we are all done.
Did you put it on your platform?
Yes, sir.
And I'm not on your platform, so how would I know?
Prof, after the class, I'll create one and then add you on this, please.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Did we treat this one? Difference between marketing research and marketing research, market research.
No, sir.
So what did we do? Did we do Nielsen Brown?
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
I'm coming on. I think let me search something. International.
This is what I gave you some work to do.
Yes, please. This one. Yes.
Yes, yes.
So
Yes,
which one are you doing?
Tell me, my own cry was mine was different from the individual as the one you projected because let me see. I wrote it on my.
Are you sure? Fafa? Fafa?
Hello, sir. Sir, sorry,
What work did I give you?
So you asked that we should speak to the 10 top companies in Ghana, research marketing companies in Ghana, and then you asked us to ask questions about what they do so that we can
No,
come and
that was not for everybody.
Yes, that was not for everybody.
Yes.
That I think was for you or something. That one was on one of the companies that you listed. One of them had something to do with qualitative something. So I was interested in finding out how they go about their qualitative data collection. But did I share this web analytics, social media listening, or did I share that with you?
Say yes, because I remember.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes, you did.
I
Okay,
think.
so Elias, which one are you doing?
Email marketing, please.
So who is doing search engine optimization?
So it's me, Anthony Gazy.
And content marketing?
Sir, please, Papa.
And then, but Fafa, I gave you some other work to do.
Yes,
because we were looking at the traditional marketing research companies. We went to UK, we looked at America, and I think Canada.
Yes, you gave me two. You gave me two assignments. That one and then this one as well.
Okay, Kenneth.
So
to make it easier.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Normally when I'm teaching,
okay,
at time there is not all the time that whatever is on the slide will be what I'm teaching. At times, new ideas come, and then I want to implement them. So when I give the work, please note who is giving what.
Okay, please. Okay.
Then, because I'm actually going to score you on how well you present. Who is doing web analytics?
Prof, I'm the one, Richard Otu.
Okay, so tell me, who hasn't got anything?
Me, I didn't get how do you call a question under this.
I want to. I couldn't then, so I don't know what I was doing.
Okay, no problem. Kenneth.
Okay, Prof.
You are
Prof,
going to look
you
at...
also told me to use.
Up here.
Prof, you also told me to use the AI, the uses of AI in my work. So I thought that's what I'm also going to do.
Which work?
After when we were about
office?
to close. Yes, please. You said the uses of AI.
Okay, I think I remember Gacy we were asking about how he's using AI for his work. But I mean, if Kenneth hasn't got any specific work based on the slides, then I'm going to ask Kenneth. Yeah.
Okay,
Kenneth,
Prof.
are you there?
Yes, please. I'm here.
So we are going to look at digital marketing research, the dynamics. Yeah. How we can leverage the advantages it has. So, for example, if you say extensive audience access, what exactly do you mean? Can you the extensive audience access is even too simple, or it's not really something you can. We are looking at real-time data dynamics. So you can combine extensive audience access and real-time data dynamics and research on that. Use your digital research skills to find out the digital marketing research advantages that you can get.
Okay.
Example of extensive audience access, real-time data dynamics. What does it mean? What does it contain? What does it mean for us as marketing professionals? And if you look at cost effectiveness and precise tracking, can you talk about it? So maybe Mana, for example, can look at cost effectiveness and precise tracking using digital marketing. What are the key advantages that it gives in digital marketing research? Can you give us specific examples that industries are using that to demonstrate this advantage? Are you getting me?
Yes, please, Prof.
So, Kenneth, you are using extensive, we are saying digital marketing research gives extensive advantage of extensive audience access. What can you say about it? What example can you give? And then real-time data dynamics. It gives you real-time data dynamics. What does it mean to have real-time data dynamics in digital marketing research? And what would be the advantage that it gives for compared to the traditional marketing research? So you try and find out, give examples. For example, maybe Amazon is using, or Microsoft, or Apple has demonstrated the use of real-time data dynamics. And then you can give an example of global companies or even local companies that are really using the cost effectiveness aspect of data marketing. Issues of precise tracking, for example. If you buy things today, what are the issues on precise tracking? You can monitor your product. I mean, if it's being shipped. Recently, I was in London to do a paper presentation, and I happened to have bought some items online. And as soon as the item was delivered from the retail company, they sent an email to me telling me that the item has been dispatched. And they gave me the number of hours or days I should expect it on my door. And what will happen. So you can monitor it just like you send something to DHL. It will give you the real-time precise tracking. So you can know, so you should be able to give us examples to demonstrate that you understand what is precise tracking. So that is what Manaf you are going to do, cost effectiveness and precise tracking in the digital marketing era. Okay? So who hasn't gotten any? Apia. Oh, dear, no, you look at personalization and customization. They look similar, but they are not the same. They are similar, they are not the same. So tell us the advantages of maybe advantages, and in this area we are looking at the advantage. So comment on personalization. Can you give examples of personalization and customization using digital marketing research? I even give examples. We can look at examples when we look at your behavior on Facebook. Now, Facebook is using big data. It's using AI, big data, machine learning, search engine optimization. Look at all those terms. They are using these items in creating personalized advertisements or customizing their product communication to their customers. So that is what we mean by personalization. They look at your behavior online, where you have visited, where you haven't visited, blah, 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 the items you buy, blah, blah, blah. Based on that, they can say that, okay, Mr. Apia, for the past 6 months, he's been traveling to Dubai. He's gone to Dubai about 3 or 4 times in this last 6 months. So that means that we can look at Wk2 can now track, get that information, or if depend upon the travel, the airline or the assets that they have on his travel history, they can give you discounts, ticket deals, ticket deals. So that is what we call personalization and customization. They are not the same. You should be able to differentiate it. But the use of search engine optimization, the use of machine learning, the use of AI is now getting to the point where customers' pattern behavior is being monitored. And then based on the data they get on the customer behavior, they can customize a product for you. They can customize something for you. I just got a survey from a home office of United Kingdom Home Office, where we say their visa center. They are asking me to to respond to a survey that they are doing. This is a random behavior because I went to London I spent only 3 weeks in London and came back. Last year, I was in London for about another 3 weeks or 2 weeks or something, and I came back. So they have observed my travel, and they are asking me now randomly. I'm sure it's based on their system, but they have the data. So when you get in, when you go out, when you come in, they know. Especially, they can even monitor you, when you are in London, where you are moving from which train station to which train station. Because I'm using the Visa card. My Visa card here, I just use it to access, buy your ticket, blah, blah, blah. You just put your Visa card on and the gate is open for you. So they know you. They know where you are going. So based on that, they have sent me a survey to respond to. Now, all this things they are using is AI, machine learning. They are using technology. And that is what a lot of companies are using now to reach their target audience. So up here, I'm just giving you examples. Personalization and customization is become a big thing now. Do you get me? So,
Prof, I'm here.
So try and give examples, practical examples, either globally or in Africa or in Ghana, that you can testify that this is a clear example of personalization or customization, and there's evidence to that. You can consult, go online and see if you can get 1 or 2 articles that can support the issues we are talking about. We are academics. So if you get a demonstration or you can get practical things online, bingo. You can even support it 1 or 2 examples that you can find either in any article or online or any source that you think it shows the issues of cost effectiveness and precise tracking for marketing research, real data dynamics, the advantages and disadvantages that it gives. But here we are more interested in the advantages. Extensive audience access, examples. Like now we have so many people that can be asked to do work for Amazon. And people said Amazon is paying them due to this and all these things are due to the data access they have. Access to customers and all that. Okay, so can we say that everybody has something to present?
Yes, please.
Okay. So web analytics, social media listening, online service, email marketing, sales organization. Who is in content marketing?
Sir, Fafa.
Fafa. Search engine is Gaze, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Email is O2. Am I right?
No, please. Web Elias.
Okay. Who is the email marketing?
Elias.
Elias Martin. Okay. Online service. Who is doing an online service? Social media listening.
Prof.
Lord, are you for social media listening or online service?
Social media listening, the elements and how they are used. I think you've given it to two of us. I'm the one doing it.
So who is doing online service? Nobody. Ken, how many are you?
I believe you are 12.
So this is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we go back. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. But even this one, 2 to 1. So this is actually 3. Personalization and customization has been taken by one person. Cost effectiveness and this is so this is for 3 people. If you go here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually 9. So who hasn't gotten some? Some people want to dodge. I require me. Oh, then I require me, Manti.
Sir,
Hey.
Prof, you asked me to do online survey.
Hey, I mean, I can't online survey. Won't respond.
Prof, me line na Prof, etikwa number.
Hey, Francis Opare, what are you doing? Francis is not with us. He hasn't got any work. Clemencian, are you part of us? Clemencian, are you part of us?
Hello, Prof.
Are you part of us? Yeah, Clement, are you part of us?
Yes, Prof. Marketing research.
Hey, now I don't have an over.
Prof, I think I missed my way to
I don't know only I'm maintain time so another day. And I miss you. You are on the Anansi web, no so another day.
I saw 2 links on our platform, so
but we met on Thursday. You were not part of the class. Or you didn't know?
Please, I didn't know.
Kenneth, okay. I don't know if I'm a Clement.
Prof, any information be a two group more, it be a kind of one kind.
This is one kind.
One kind because information be a two group in.
Oh, the 2 just a one kind now or doing it in the mouth. No BD.
And then your person.
Francis Opare. Is Francis Opare part of this meeting? Kenneth. Francis Opare names of so dodgy. Na me man kwan kra.
So Opare go na.
I Jewuno. Opare G.
Anthony, friend, or backdoor.
Anthony, please kindly call him, okay?
But that's what on your homework, on your assignments in Ibi. You let me call you.
Onya bi on.
Onya bi.
Emu dey na onya because you see I dey am obi a.
You let me call.
Intimacy, only Clement Nabas is Mama, only Clements. I'll give them something new. Yeah. Because I'm going to score you based on that. Hmm? Okay. All right. So let's move on. Okay, so these are the advantages it gives. We've said it severally. We said challenges with digital marketing research. However, there are some challenges associated with digital marketing research. Yeah. We are saying that data quality, reliability issues, ethical and legal concerns, technical and analytical skills requirements, data overload and complexity, as well as competition and noise. And we are saying that the noise is when things that are not expected or things that are trying to take your attention from or take your focus from the main thing, that becomes a noise. So competition as well, when what you are doing, other competitors are also offering the same thing, it puts pressure on you to do something different. You see, so it makes the work more complex. There's overload and there's competition. So you are compelled to do things quickly. Okay. So you need technical skills as well, analytical skills to be able to do serious data marketing. Okay. All right. But we are saying that, however, challenges like data quality, blah, 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 data overload, blah, 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 yet the speed and adaptability of data methods are unparalleled. And we go to traditional marketing research. Then traditional marketing research involves the use of offline tools, blah, blah, blah. I think we said this, and then based on this, we went to the digital markets, the traditional marketing industry, where we started talking about Nielsen and GFK and the top marketing research companies and their values. We said, and then we look at the top marketing companies in Ghana, marketing research companies in Ghana, and those ones in the UK, and then in the US, and we look at their value, and then we look at Canada and all that. So the advantage of traditional marketing research is that it has key advantages: in-depth and rich data, as well as human interaction and feedback. When you are not doing anything online, but you have met the person physically, and you are engaging the person, chances are that you will get the real issues, as against when the thing is online. The online, you don't even know whether it's a robot or AI that is responding. You can't tell. So those are some of the challenges, or the advantages rather. You know, it's a challenge, it's an advantage, it's a challenge for digital marketing research, but it's an advantage for traditional marketing research. Additionally, it allows for control and validity while testing and validating hypotheses, as well as exploring new and emerging markets. Okay. So some of the challenges of traditional marketing research: time and resource constraints. Now, if you use Google Forms, you can reach out to people in your contact space. You can reach out to probably all of them at the same time. Now you can even send bulk text messages, SMS. But if not, it means that you have to call them individually or meet them individually, and that is very expensive. So time and resource constraints, a limited and biased sample, because you only, it's like what you see is what you get. So the people that are around you, they are the people that you get. So you are limited and you are biased in a way. But if it's the whole wide web, access to unlimited audience, then if you are in the big data space and you have access to all these people who are selling the data, and you have access to them, it means that you can reach to so many people diversified. In fact, I collected data for my paper. Two of my papers that I've submitted is a 3-star. And we had to collect data. It costs about $1,200 to collect the data. And the respondents were from South Africa. Because the agency that's the data collection agency, or the market research industry, have access to we were looking at entrepreneurs and how their behavior affects their performance of the company in certain ways. Their environmental orientation, issues on foreign experience and all that. We're looking at some variables. We had to pay, and they have access to a lot of entrepreneurs in South Africa. So within a week, they got a sample. I think we got over 400 and something because they have access. So this is a big challenge for traditional marketing research. You know, other than that, you may have to go and meet them individually, do industry, I'm saying industry, the mall survey, meet mall intercept, meet people physically and all that. That is a lot of work. Difficult to assess and reach respondents, difficult to replicate and generalize results, difficulty to adapt and innovate. You see. Now, those of you, I mean, all of you who are doing quantitative, please note that because we are in an age that you can get a lot of people to respond online and other things. So we expect your sample size to go up a bit to make it a bit more convincing. So don't bring 200, 250, go into 300, 400, 500 if possible. It makes your work a bit more interesting to look at. Not that, but the minimum requirement is there. We will go by the literature. I've told you already, Krejci and Morgan, or you are using what? We have a couple of authors that have indicated how you can get your sample size. Krejci and Morgan is a typical example. You can look at their table. So if they give you the minimum, for example, if your sample size is 300 as a result of your population, your target population, maybe they are 100,000, and the table is saying that if you're 100,000, the minimum is 300. That is fine. If you get the minimum is 300, that is fine. But if you can go beyond it and get 400, it's even better. Okay. So meanwhile, we'll go by the literature. If the literature is saying 300 and you produce 300, that is fine. We won't say because we are in a modern age and can have more access to people. Therefore, if your sample is 300 and the literature is saying 300 is the minimum and you produce 300, you'll be punished because of that. No, you'll not be punished. But we are saying that if you can go beyond it, the better. Okay. Any comment on this? So the traditional marketing research is the normal one, but in fact, it's even difficult to say traditional marketing research now because digital marketing research has become part of traditional marketing research. If you can remember on Thursday, we were looking at the individual companies and we're looking at what they were into. And a lot of them were into digital space. I mean, digital tools and data and all those things that they were using digital tools. So to say, I mean, differentiate between digital marketing research and traditional marketing research, I mean, these days is a bit, because all the marketing research companies, they are all using digital means in their research. All of them, not even one. Not even one. However, we still have people going online, going to meet people face to face to talk to them, to collect data. Manual is still there. I have a couple of data that we have collected and it is manual. So we have to use it. And we are entering the data manually. So, I mean, it's still being used. Any comments, question? Okay. Now, the next slide, we are talking about why are we doing this marketing research? Why? What is really informing us? What is driving us? I mean, data marketing research for what? Somebody would say, for what? All these things are going on. Why are people spending billions of dollars? Like we checked, Nielsen and the others, they are spending the lead marketing research company in US, I think it's Nielsen, is spending over the revenue is about $6.something billion a year. And they are into retail and consumer behavior and all those things. They are researching into that. Companies are paying them for that. Companies are paying them to do that. Okay? So it shows the importance of marketing research now. Now, as it has been there for a long time, but the competition is even making it even more demanding that you do. So we go to say at a Dole again that it's a capital mistake to theorize before you get data. So before you take any serious marketing decision, you must find the insights. You must find the data. What is the data saying? So we are saying that the purpose of all these activities is to create value for the customers and build meaningful relationship with them. Marketers must first gain fresh, deep insight into what customers need and what they want. If you don't know what customers want, how can you produce what they want? If you don't get what they are thinking, how can you develop a product for them? Such customer insight comes from good marketing information. Marketing information by itself has little value. The value is in the customer insight gained from the information that is given and how marketers use this insight to make better decisions. So it's not just a matter of information, but what is the insight? What are the patterns you can observe in the information? That will give you the insight and therefore take a decision based on what the insight you have gotten. Companies use this customer insight to develop a competitive advantage. Once again, it is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. And I've told you that for you, if you are doing quantitative, always remember that your work is a deductive work. You are testing existing theories with data. So by all means, whatever you do, you must pick a theory that you are going to use your data to test. I hope that is clear to you. Kenneth Boachi.
Hello, Prof.
What is your topic?
Sir, please, my topic is the extensive audience access. I should get to know the advantages and disadvantages.
No. I'm talking about your thesis.
Okay. Maybe I'm coming.
Hey. Now, I'm come out supervisor.
Tell me the call must start when the crowd.
Then you say our topic. I have an actual answer. Or say what three by now.
Yeah, not.
Clemens, what topic near then? Clemens, what topic near then?
Sir, please, this is my topic. Social media marketing strategies and business growth in Ghana's emerging restaurant sector. The mediating role of customer attraction.
Hey, what's about for power? Mediating role of customer attraction.
Yes, please.
Okay. I see. Restaurants. I don't know what job I do over there. And our girlfriend here job. And now you're here, Choba.
So me now for restaurants.
I see. Okay. Mr. Siang, what is your topic?
Yes, Prof. My topic is the role of social media in promoting student engagement and brand performance in higher education. A case of Central University and Ghana Telecom University.
Hey, the Ghana Telecom University over there.
Ghana Communication Technology University.
Ah, okay. Okay. So you're looking at one private and one public university. Okay. So I guess your work is quantitative approach.
Yes, Prof, quantitative.
Okay. Do you think okay, so what theory have you been considering to use for this work? If you have not thought about it, you haven't thought about it. If you have, you have. But be thinking about a theory to use. Looking at the title, you can find out if somebody have used something similar before. The topic that you are talking about, has somebody researched on it before? And has any article been written on that before? And find out the theories that were used to test and the data that were used to test a particular theory for that work. So you should be thinking of 2 or 3 theories now that you can pick. Which one is most appropriate for this work? The theory serves as a guide. You said the mediating role of what? What is the mediating?
Prof, is it Kwachi or?
No, you. What is your mediating role? What is, you mentioned the mediating, you are using something to mediate.
Yes, I said the role of social media in promoting student engagement and brand.
Okay. Just so you know, you haven't developed a model to see which whether you use one to moderate or mediate.
Yes, Prof, I have.
So which one is mediating? Which one is moderating?
The brand is the one mediating, please.
Okay, be thinking about it. At this level, we expect that independent variables, dependent variables, they must have relationship. It's normally direct. Yes. But at the master's level, we expect that we must have an intervening variable. It can be a mediating or moderating variable. So list all the variables we are going to investigate, independent variables, and list 1 or 2 dependent variables, list them. And if you are going to use any particular variable to mediate or moderate, you can list it. Normally, the mediating or moderating variable you pick is going to inform the choice of theory for the work. So note that, okay? And then to get it clear, just make sure that you can list the items you are going to investigate. Independent variables, there are 2 or 3. You pick them, how they are going to affect brand reputation, brand performance. So brand performance becomes the dependent variable. If there are issues, engagement or whatever, social media, blah, 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 you look at it, but which ones are you going to pick as mediating or moderating? And then those ones will help you to pick appropriate theory to use to test. I mean, appropriate theory to be tested using your data. So please be informed and let that guide you. By all means, you have to pick a theory. So you have to pick theories that are relevant to the subject area. Okay. So definition of marketing research. American Marketing Association defines marketing research that is the systematic. I will add, in fact, I've written it down. It may be relevant to add the word continuous to the above definitions. For the Kotler and AMA talks about their definition of marketing research is AMA, American Marketing Association. It says that marketing research is the systematic gathering, recording, and analyzing of data about problems related to the marketing of goods and services. Now, Philip Kotler, who is considered to be the father of modern marketing, says that marketing research is the systematic design, collection, analysis, and reporting of data and findings relevant to a specific marketing situation facing the company. It may be relevant to add the word continuous to the above definition. So we can say that marketing research is the continuous systematic design, collection, blah, 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 is the continuous systematic gathering, recording, analyzing. So that is that. Research of Nielsen Brown. Nielsen Brown, this is some years back. There was high rate of returns in 1993 concerning products that ladies were buying from a shop, ladies' wears. Manchester United, Manchester University paid £100,000 to research women's sizes. Now, 50,000 measurements were taken. This was because women were returning their dresses. They buy and they return, they buy and they return. So they wanted to know what is the cost. Women have, when they did a measurement, they came out with these findings. Women have thicker waist, lower bust, and conical figures. Shape of the clothes was changed then based on this. The returns went down to 27 versus the industry average of 35. So 35% was the average industry returns. It means that 35 out of 100 people will return their dress, or women will return their dress. But when they saw this, they did a measurement, 50,000 measurements, looking at women's. They came across the fact that they saw the women have thicker waist, lower bust, and conical figures. So they changed the clothes based on what they found. And they noticed that the return now has reduced to about 7%. So that tells you that the power of research, that's what we are saying, power of research. And it calls for money. If you don't have money, you say medicine is not good. You see, because you may see it as only 7%, but the 7% can be massive. If you look at especially the retail shops, the retail companies that are selling hundreds and millions of clothes every year. So 7% can be, imagine they sell 1 million clothes in a year. So 7% can be very, very massive, you know. Anyway, what is business research? A systematic inquiry whose objective is to provide information to solve managerial problems. For business, decisions about the business is what matters, and that is managerial decisions. And that become managerial problems. Therefore, digital business research will be a systematic inquiry whose objective is to provide information to solve managerial problems using digital means. Okay? So it's the same business research you are looking at. It's just like marketing. We are talking about marketing research. It's the same marketing research we are doing, but now we are putting it within the environment of digital, or we said within the digital space. Okay. We want to look at the difference between marketing and market research. Market research is researching the immediate competitive environment of the marketplace, including customers, competitors, suppliers, distributors, and retailers. One minute here. So you look at the immediates. So you look at customers, competitors, suppliers, distributors, and retailers. Okay. Then you come and look at marketing research. It includes the market research and a bit more. So plus what companies and their strategies for products and markets are. And then you look at the wider environment, which includes the ones beyond their control, like the macro, political, social, the personal factors, or the select factors, in addition to the immediate. So the market research is like looking at the meso, micro and meso. And then the marketing research includes the micro, the meso, and then the macro. Okay? All right. Strictly speaking, understanding the difference between market research and market research is essential for any business. Market research helps in understanding the market dynamics and the customer base, while marketing research focuses on optimizing the marketing strategies. So based on what you find within the marketing research, then you come and do something for marketing research, which inform the marketing strategies. You see, together, they form a comprehensive approach to informed decision-making and strategic planning in business. So we are trying to look at the two. They overlap in a way. So market research versus marketing research. You look at the market research, you say it establishes market size, understands consumer needs, identify opportunities, research competitors' activities, unveil market trends. Marketing research adapts product offerings, establish adequate pricing, choose distribution channels, design marketing campaigns. But all these things, what is happening between these two activities is generate insight for better business decisions. When you look at the two, that is why we say they are overlapping, because the two will generate insight for better marketing strategies or business decision making. Okay. Now we are looking at marketing or market research in the digital markets, or market research in digital marketing. So we are talking about doing the internals in the meso, the micro, the meso within the industry or within the company in the light of digital marketing. Now, so market research plays a crucial role in shaping digital marketing strategies. Market research in digital marketing helps businesses understand their customers, their preferences, and their behavior in the online space. Okay? By analyzing market research data, organizations can identify opportunities, target the right audience, and create relevant content that resonates with the potential customers and even current customers. Furthermore, market research in digital marketing helps organizations to stay ahead of the competition by identifying industry trends, technological advancements, and consumer expectations. Like we're talking about social media listening, we're talking about web analytics, we're talking about search engine optimization. These are all technologies, new things that have come. And if you want to stay in business, you must find how this can be, you can use this to advance your course, because your customers are in the digital space anyway. So market research or market research in digital marketing provides insight into consumer sentiment and allows organizations to tailor their marketing efforts accordingly. So the issue that I mentioned earlier, personalization and customization, we see them here. So we are looking at how it shapes digital marketing strategies. So market research acts as a blueprint for digital marketing strategies. It guides businesses in setting objectives, defining target audiences, and identifying key performance indicators to measure success. My research in digital marketing helps marketers understand their customer needs and desires, allowing them to create products and services that genuinely serve their target market's interests. Moreover, market research helps businesses develop a competitive edge by highlighting gaps. You see, knowledge gaps that I think Lord was asking. Gaps in the market and uncovering untapped potential. Gaps are spaces that can be filled with solution. By understanding customer pain points, preferences, and purchasing behavior, organizations can position themselves strategically and develop unique selling propositions that differentiate them from their competitors. Market research provides the data and insights to make informed digital marketing decisions. It helps businesses understand consumer behavior, preferences, and influences various data channels. This information allows businesses to develop effective marketing strategies and allocate resources optimally. For example, the market research can help business identify the most effective data marketing channels for reaching their specific target audience. By analyzing demographic and psychographic data, businesses can determine which platforms their potential customers frequent and tailor their efforts accordingly. We are talking about digital platforms. Okay? This allows for targeted and cost-effective marketing campaigns, maximizing the return on investments. Now, it plays a crucial role in shaping digital marketing strategies. My research in digital marketing helps business understand their customers' preferences. I think we've said this earlier. You said it, so it's a repetition. Okay. The process of conducting digital marketing research. So this involves several crucial steps. These steps ensure that the research is thorough, accurate, and insightful. The first one is identifying your target market research objectives. So why do you want to do what you are doing? Why do you want to conduct marketing research? The first step in conducting digital marketing research is clearly defining your objectives. What do you hope to achieve through your research? Are you seeking to understand your target audience better? These are questions you may ask. Do you want to assess consumer sentiment towards your brand? Defining your aim will guide the rest of your research process and ensure you gather the appropriate and relevant data. Okay. Any question on what we have done so far? Any question?
No, Prof.
No. Okay. So I want to end it here. I have another class. So let me, this is slide number 25, yeah? Please make sure you go through the slides before you come.
Okay, Prof.
I've given you probably the key things you need for this course. It's up to 300 and something slides. And
yes,
we
Prof.
are over near the middle. So I'll advise you to look at it, especially the first 150. Make sure that you understand all the issues properly. You try and read, engage. If you miss something and it has not been explained in detail in the slide, please refer to any article or any material that I've given to you, and then get better and further and better particulars on that. Okay. So Francis, Joe, and Clement, I will look for something.
Yes, Prof.
I'll look for something and then give it to Kenneth to share with you. Yeah, but you guys,
Okay,
each one of you have something specifically to go and research and present. make sure you do your presentation well, because I'm going to score you based on the assignment I'm giving to you in class. It's not just for sharing. You do it well,
okay,
and then make sure that you do everything possible. You search around it. Look at the current trends in the subject area. Look at the latest writings, latest comments. I mean, from Instagram, from YouTube, from Google Scholar citation, from Google Scholar itself, from any other search engines. You know, we have about 10 top search engines. Which ones are those? DuckDuck, what? You know DuckDuck? Manaf, do you know DuckDuck?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. So the search engines are the top search engines. Google, of course, is number one.
No, bro.
Sorry? Are you saying Google is not number one?
Prof, Google is number one, Prof.
Which one is number two? Or you are assuming is Google number one? But you can look
Prof,
at the
the
top
number
search
two is the
engine.
Bean.
Is what?
The Bean.
The Bing.
Yes, sir. BIN. Jane.
Bing.
Prof, number two
Bing,
is
yes.
YouTube.
Number three is what?
Yahoo.
Yahoo. Are you sure?
Yes, Prof.
When did Yahoo
Prof,
become number
number
three?
three is Amazon.
I see. Okay, but for you as a marketer, you should know which platforms your target audience want to visit and search. So you should know the top search engines and their ratings, which ones are going. Some of you have never even heard of. If you search for top 10 search engines now, you may see some, and then you can know. You are telling us it's only Google that you know. You don't go anywhere else. But there are other ones that you can. It may give you different perspectives. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you very much. I'll see you, God willing, next week. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you too.
Thank you, Prof.
Ken we're lying. Ken.